man. Let's talk. So apparently, the Pistons are still going. I seen a couple people say, "Well, they ain't finished. They ain't finished," and I'm pretty sure everybody that's kind of judging the offseason and saying they ain't done enough yet, we obviously has preference, or I usually preference it yet. I'm pretty sure everybody I heard said yet, unless the board said that if the Pistons yet, they need to make one more move. Apparently, they still in the running for Trey Murphy. Now, there's a growing belief that Trey Murphy or Michael Porter Jr. is the fit. I don't see them being the fit. Sorry. I mean, as far as what they need now, because Porter is that wing. Now, basically, if you're saying, it can, like I said, it can work, but based off basically what you're saying, basically what I'm saying you need is a certified guy that can get his own shot. Now, can Trey Murphy do that? It's a part of his game, but it's not the part of his game. So even if you add Trey Murphy, let me let y'all, and this is why I'm kind of pushing the narrative of playing and starting Ibuka or Corey and giving them major playing time, is because, or starting them, depending on what they do, if they get another guy in the backcourt or not. I'm pushing that narrative because he's their best shot creator, not named K Cunningham. He's their best shot creator, not named K Cunningham on this roster as it stands. And maybe Karis LeVert on any other year, other than last year. Basically he top 3 in shot creation on your team. Even if you get Trey Murphy, and I would imagine in the Trey Murphy deal, Karis LeVert will be going back. Corey would be your second best shot creator. Now, the thing about Michael Porter Jr., which you can just shift Ausar Thompson, even though it's positionless, to the backcourt and have them at your wings, Thompson and Collins, that worked. But in theory, in my mind, how I see it, they need a Zach LaVine. They need a Malik Monk, a Kyrie Irving, a natural ball handler that can get their shot. Not saying that they got to be a point guard, and it's only a few of those guys left in the league. That's why I felt like, not to get off topic, if you watch my other channel, and I spoke about it a little bit on this channel, that's why I feel like the Spurs needed Dennis Schroeder. Somebody who can make those decisions down the stretch, and that's really a point guard. Been in the league long enough season. That was my opinion on it. And that's why I like Schroeder coming back to the Pistons, because he was a ball protector. And in those crunch times versus the Knicks, he delivered with great decision making and even versus the Cavaliers, he turned that series around a little bit, other than the refs versus us. But in general, yeah, I like in general, yeah, I mean, Trey Murphy, I'll take it. At the end of the day, maybe it's a part of his game that he didn't get to showcase in New Orleans, because they do have a plethora of guards. Maybe it's a part of his game that he really can showcase and may be the second best shot creator. But one thing about getting Trey Murphy, all 4 of those guys, I'm assuming that they bringing Jalen Duren back. And I'm just about to speak on all of this at once about what I heard about Duren. They all can defend, other than John Collins. Everybody is pretty much above really elite defender at their position, not named John Collins. Say what you want to say about Jalen Duren outside the playoffs, he's a pretty good defender. Now, I don't know if say elite, but he good. He really good. So yeah, I'm with it. Get him, make it happen. Let's stop talking about it. Everybody we talked about major getting, we didn't get. So let's get it. Now then I also heard that the Pistons trying to sign Jalen Duren for a quarter for $25 million. Because can't nobody really offer him no money more than that than Sacramento. So, they trying to just give him the 25 ball that they probably tried to give him last summer. And if that's the case, I feel like you're going to have a disgruntled Jalen Duren, just knowing people that come from this era. He's going to be a disgruntled, unhappy camper. Is that going to mess up the locker room? And you can't trade him until like December or January, depending on what the CBA rules are now. So, I don't know. So if you can't trade him, mean, it's gonna be trouble. So if you know, until then, he might mess the chemistry up. It might not be losing Tim Hardaway Jr. It might not be losing Dennis Jenkins. I mean, not Dennis Jenkins, but Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley. It may be a disgruntled Jalen Duren. A guy that could have made what, $287 million, something like that. And now you go from making a possible 50 ball a year to 25, half of that. You know what I'm saying? I care about winning. He care about his pockets like anybody else. And like I preference time and time again, you will not hear me trying to take any chili out of another brother's mouth. You just won't hear it. Hey, if the NBA say you made all NBA third team and you deserve that, get your $287 million. I'm not mad at you. Get your money. I'm not about to sit here and talk about how a guy that made a huge leap at 22, 23 years old had a bad playoffs and don't just, man, I'm not saying that about no brother, man. I'm not doing it. I want to see these brothers get money. We a joke and troll, but I ain't doing that. I want the brother to get all 287.1 million and some, and many blessings more. But if they get him for the 25 ball, you know what? I'm gonna pull out the skinny pop and I'm gonna watch the show. You know, because it's hard to be. I remember when I was his age, man, it's hard to stay professional, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to stay professional, but I say this all the time. I'm a firm believer that in God, that things happen for a reason, beyond our understanding sometimes. But guess what? You beyond your understanding in 2026, come 2030, it might make sense. I say this, I was talking to this chick. Cool, gave her a chance. For some reason, she started tripping like a couple years ago. She started tripping out the blue. So, you know, I kept it Pete. I let her go, man. I'll tell you this, man. That was one of the best decisions I made, bro. You know, one of the best decisions I made. That decision changed my life. You know, for the better. As of right now, it changed my life for the better. So sometimes everything happened for a reason, bro. That same day that girl did that, bro, I lost my job. I had something else. Everything crumbled. Everything crumbled. I mean, for 2 years in a row, the month of September, everything crumbled, bro. For 2 years in a row. I bullshit you not. When the 3rd September came around last September, bro, I was gunshot. I was flinching and shit when September came around. The whole September, a nigga flinching. I bullshit you not. Like, I'm like, some bad gonna have something. But, you know, shit happened for a reason. Real talk. Shit happened for a reason. I can't even cap. But yeah, he was playing for the 25 ball. That's what they saying. So, you know, I feel like with something else I was supposed to speak on. You got Trey, that going down. I feel like with something else I really wanted to touch on. I literally can't remember it. Oh, yeah. So apparently they had some deal. I try to remember to put on the screen for Kevin Durant that would have sent Jalen Brown and somebody to Houston and KD to Detroit. And it fell apart because of something. It just fell apart. I forgot. So I think Houston was getting Jalen Brown and somebody else, and Boston was getting somebody. I don't know. I just know we was getting Kevin Durant, and I don't think that was a good move. So I don't think so. John Collins wasn't even next on the list. They was trying to get KD. And I just think for that locker room to lose Tobias and add a guy like KD after everything that happened in Houston, I think if you got a guy like KD, you gotta bring Tobias back for the locker room morale. I think that was a good job that didn't happen. Also was said that Giannis was actually a done deal to Boston, but check this out. Boston only wanted to give him a 2-year extension instead of a 3, so he went to Miami. So it's being said, let me say this a little bit because I talked about this on the main channel, and I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow on the main channel Friday. Y'all see it, Goodfella TV, links in the description, also in the link tree. So I think what happened was the new ownership in Boston, they don't want to spend no money. It's simple as that. They want to be cheap. You know, he took over. They say Antoine Walker, you'll see the video over there, said that the new Boston Celtics owner, Boston Celtics don't own their arena. So, you know, that's hurting their cause and shit. So, so for those who didn't know, if you don't know, you'll have that somebody. So, Boston penny pinching. So don't be surprised if Boston don't tear it all the way down and Jason Tatum don't have a great year next year. They don't get rid of him neither. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Peace.